Good morning, everybody. So it is day 4.
Day 4.
We just woke up. It's about 6 a.m. and we are having coffee. And then we're gonna get ready and we're doing a coffee farm tour today. The Big Island is very famous for Kona coffee. So we will bring you guys with us. We're going on a private tour today, actually, with Greenwell Farms. We've been emailing back and forth with them. They seem very, very nice. So we're very excited about that. And then we'll grab lunch and see where the day takes us. But that's our only big plans for today.
So, Greenwell Farms was established in 1850 by Henry Nicholas Greenwell. Right now they have about 85 acres of their own orchards for coffee, and they manage another 60 acres for other coffee purveyors, other coffee growers. It's one of the oldest coffee farms on the entire island, and they only grow Kona coffee. And we're really excited to check it out.
Greenwell Farms offers 2 different tour options actually. There is a tour that's open to the public, which runs about every 30 minutes, as well as an option for a private tour for 1 to 4 people. The private tour as of right now is a cost of $75 total. This is Matt. He was our coffee expert and tour guide that we got to spend the morning with. Being we've seen a few videos on Greenwell in the past, we wanted to focus this video on 3 reasons why we think you should take the private tour. Number 1, you'll be able to see areas usually reserved for employees only. This is something about the tour that was a surprise to us. We knew the private tour was going to be a little bit more personalized, but we never thought they would allow us to enter these areas like their cupping room and their roasting room, where we got to watch the entire roasting process from start to finish. We were also able to meet some of the other employees who were all incredibly nice and welcoming. The other thing that was so great about the private tour was Matt was incredibly accommodating and just wanted to make sure that we had the best time possible. So we were actually taken to different parts of the farm that normally tours don't necessarily go on, because he knew that we would really enjoy seeing the cacao trees, the macadamia nut trees, and the other different plants along the way that he just has a lot of knowledge about and knew that it would be something we were intrigued by as well.
They have over 10 varieties of avocado trees on the farm and their own original species of orange. It's a navel orange, it's a heritage seed planted back in 1850, I believe.
Number 2, you'll learn so much about the overall experience and struggles of coffee farming. To say that this tour is a learning experience is an understatement. You'll learn everything from how they extract the actual coffee beans to the techniques used to dry them, sort them, and ensure that anything less than wonderful doesn't even make it into your bag of coffee. You'll also be able to go behind the scenes, so to speak, get a look at the smaller plants before they go into the ground, and what it really takes to ensure that you're getting some of the most amazing coffee on the planet. Number 3, having the chance to do a private coffee tasting with an expert. Doing this tasting was such an amazing experience in itself. The best part was that it came at the end of the tour, so we already had a greater appreciation for the entire process and for the coffee itself. You'll do what's called a full cupping of 3 different coffees from the farm, ranging in different roast levels and overall tastes. We had no idea just how different coffees were to one another until now. This is an experience you really do not want to miss out on. Overall, we can't say enough good things about our time at Greenwell Farms. Our biggest recommendation is obviously to spend the money and do the private tour. Make sure you ask for Matt when you're making your reservation and you will not be disappointed.
So we just finished up at Greenwell and it was amazing. We now have a big understanding of why Kona coffee is, 1, so expensive,
because it's so rare. The sheer amount that's grown here is so much less than anywhere else in the world. Also, some of the best tasting coffee we've ever had. It is complex. It doesn't leave a bitter taste in your mouth. It's just, I hate saying that it's an experience, but it is. And it was easily a 2-hour plus experience. And the other benefit is we did find out that during like the summer months here, where it was kind of at a peak of people being here, the free tours got up to being like 30 to 50 people at a time. So if you are in a group of 4 or less, just having that personal experience with your tour guide, being able to see everything, having all your questions answered, and also just not being in a giant group of people, to us is a huge benefit. One thing we also want to note is overall cost. We will definitely say that after we did like the tasting that we did and everything else, that it's very worth it, especially with how much we ended up spending on it after. But it's very, very expensive, and it varies. So for example, we got certain bags of coffee that were about a half a pound for about $26. But we also did get a couple of rarer coffees that they had available, one of which was a 1-pound bag for about $45, and another one was a 1-pound bag for $70. So it depends on the rarity. One of the bags, the trees that grew the coffee were over 100 years old. So there's a lot of complexity, there's a lot of variables. Come do this if you're on the Big Island. It is a must-do experience that I'm very surprised we haven't done in the past. So highly recommend. We are now going to travel through this part of the island and see what there is to see. We're kind of craving some sweets now that we've had so much coffee, so I think we're going to go try to find some gelato. But yeah, we'll see where the rest of the day takes us.
So we found a spot called Gypsy Gelato. We're gonna go inside and kind of fix that sweet tooth hankering we have. So I got the Lilikoi flavor. Shannon got the toasted coconut haystack. Cannot recommend them highly enough. As you can tell, I hated it. It was incredible. Stop at Gypsy Gelato. It's a go-to in North Kona.
So we were driving along the coastline and we saw a lot of different beaches, but they were all very packed. So we didn't really want to go there. We got all the way back down to the Honokōhau harbor. Sorry if I am not pronouncing that correctly. I am probably not. Drive all the way to the back right corner of the harbor. There are parking spots and apparently public beach access. So we're going to hike in and see what there is to see. We think there might be a beach that may or may not have some turtle sightings, according to Google Maps, but we're honestly just looking for a pretty not super packed beach. So we'll let you know what we find.
So this beach, like all Hawaiian beaches, is gorgeous in its own way. Not a whole lot of places to kind of lay out, but definitely a type of beach where if you want to come down, you want to have a stroll, you want to see some sea turtles, you definitely can. We saw some sea turtles earlier, but people were not listening to the rules, so I didn't want to kind of get down there and film as well. Now the rule in Hawaii is you must stay 20 feet or more away from the sea turtles. And everyone was at like 3 feet away. We figured, you know what, it's best let's just not film that. But like I said, this beach is beautiful. It's the Hawaiian sun is baking us right now, but we got that 50 SPF on and we're just enjoying it. We're having a nice stroll. We're gonna take some content here. We're enjoying being by the water, looking at the birds, walking on the lava rocks, seeing what there is in the tidal pools. It's fantastic.
did get lucky enough to see some turtles, which was awesome. It was a really, really cool experience. We highly recommend coming down here if you want to see the sea turtles. It's a very cool Hawaii thing to do. We did get some good content, I think, while we were down there. Overall, really good day, to be honest. We're exhausted. The sun here is very hot and very draining, and we have not really eaten a balanced day full of meals. A lot of coffee, a lot of gelato, so that doesn't really keep you going very, very long. So we're gonna cut the vlog off here for you guys today, just because we're gonna go see some family tonight and just focus on spending time with them. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
We are going to sneeze quickly, and I will cut this out.
And now you have what the famous poet Hannah Montana calls the best of both worlds.
Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Look.
There you go. There she goes.
This is difficult.
Just like that. That's how it's done. And so, when we
See what there is to see.
See what there is to see.
But,
Oh yeah.
yeah, you think so?
I think so.